Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 10 October 2016 and got a review for you sort of on a family of knives by Jesse Hemphill, Uncle Jesse's Knives, transplanted from Alabama, now residing and manufacturing in Escanaba, Michigan. These are two of Jesse's, I guess we're calling them Midtech knives, or semi-production or semi-custom knives, kind of using some of that process engineering that Bark River makes such good use of. So knives with a lot of preliminary operations done in volume, water jet cutting, flat bevel grinding, with all the assembly and finish and heat treating, of course, done in volume by batch, but with assembly and finish, convex grinding, handle shaping and polishing, all done manually. These knives are both in A2 steel and both with the late in life handle design from Bill Moran. We'll talk about that a little bit as we go. So the two knives we have here are the Town Creek Bowie with about a 4 5/16 inch blade, and the High Falls Trailing Point Skinner with about a 3 11/16 inch blade, both about 4.5, 4 5/8 inch handles. They're both crafted out of A2 tool steel, and they are both convex ground from about 2/3 of their height down. Gorgeous swedge on the Bowie, on the Town Creek. Both knives are going to come in this symmetrical pouch style sheath, meaning it works equally well for right or left-handed folks. Show you how that knife is going to fit. This is as the lefty I would carry it. Plenty good retention, but enough handle and enough grabbable shape of handle that you can extricate it really easily from the sheath. So blade construction, heat treat, and grind are all going to be very reminiscent of a Bark River knife. Although I have to say, Jesse knows Bowies. I mean, what a classic shape that thing is. Oh, the clip just about exactly half the length of the blade. Perfect proportion for a shorter knife like this. Now let's talk about this handle. We've got a brass guard that I'm sure is pinned, then black, red, black, spacers, and then we've got a rat tail tang with 2 brass pins. I think later production versions have one larger pin. Now, this is not what we think of, guys, is it, as a Bill Moran style handle. We think of that Bill Moran style handle having sort of that axe handle pommel on the back. As Bill got on in years and his age sort of started to take its toll in his body a little bit, he focused the last few years of his knife making and designing career on handle ergonomics, and that classic axe handle pommel Bill Moran style handle is a product of that. And then later, one of the last handle shapes that he designed was this one, which frankly I had never seen before until I saw Jesse's stock of knives and knives in process that use it. It looks a little odd. You'd think, man, that's a little round, isn't it? It might turn in your hand. It doesn't. There's a nice flat right in the finger groove, and man, you're locked in. That thing cannot torque in the hand. It's very secure, and man, just comfortable, hand filling and comfortable. This handle comes in sort of 2 versions. The first version was this one with the groove, which I like. It gives you a little more tactile feel and maybe helps with indexing. You kind of know where it is in your hand. And this High Falls in Paduke wood, I think looks really good with the groove. And both of these knives that I got from Jesse while I was up in Escanaba at the Bark River Grind-In, both of these knives came with the groove. This natural canvas micarta also had the groove, but it was very difficult to polish. So I had Jesse make this into the newer style handle without the groove. In fact, take a look at a little video of that process playing out. This is Jesse at the grinder at Bark River. Okay guys, we're here on Sunday morning at Bark River, and this is my Jesse Hemphill clip point. And you saw this knife and the one in Paduke wood yesterday. Jesse has a modification he makes to this handle. So we're going to show you, here's what it is in its original design. Natural micarta polished with this groove. Because it's hard to polish in that groove, we're going to take this knife, we're going to make it into the new style handle, which is a little thinner in this dimension and no groove. So you'll get to see the old revision and the new revision happen before your eyes.
Right now I'm just using the hardback belt. I don't even, it's coarse. I really didn't even look to see what grit it is. All I'm wanting to do right now is just rough it down and take it down as quickly as possible, and then we'll go on to the progressive, the next grid of belt to polish it up with.
Okay, we're off the 80 grit belt. We're at 240 now. 240.
So round it, I'm using my fingers to feel if there's any edges, any corners on it, and if there's any scratches, and I can do that. So a lot of this is done by feel to make it, to know that it's, I don't have any hot spots in it from a sharp edge. So now that's where I'm rounding all this off. We're going to start bringing it to life now.
Now we're at like a 48 micron belt. We're going to start to see what it's going to look like finish now. Still going to be a matte finish. We're going to kind of know what it looks like.
If there's any deep scratches, we'll know how to, we can see them at this point, we'll know where to take them out.
grit.
To the buffers.
Alright.
Didn't take long at all. We're using white compound to polish it with. And just looking at it, I think you'll be pleased with it.
You liking that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
And love the colors in there. Now we're going to go over and polish the brass off, because I did get up on it with a 1200 grit.
Right.
And we'll go over and polish it off, clean it up a little bit, and it'll be finished.
All right. So now Jesse's on a real thin wheel, getting into the inside radius of that brass.
Go and rub the black stuff off the blade. I'm looking at it. There may be another little spot right here. I'm going to kind of recharge the wheel with some of the grease compound, because there's one little spot right here, and we'll make it go away. And we're done. Now, like I said, we'll go and clean this stuff off, and she's ready to go.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's how we went from this, a little more square with the groove, to this more round profile, no groove, which it might not look like it's as secure in hand, but it is. And just aesthetically, this natural micarta looks better without the groove. So what do you have here? Well, if you got room, if you're not really worried about bulk, because for a larger EDC fixed blade, look how much thicker the handle is on this Town Creek versus the Northwoods Mackinac, or I think it's probably even, it sure feels thicker, carries thicker than the Bark River Gunny Hunter. But you know what, if it's winter time and you got loose fitting clothes and you don't care, this is a great knife to have on your hip, and so easy to draw and resheath. I mean, you just get your hand in the general vicinity of the knife, and one finger, two fingers, it doesn't care, it's coming out with no effort at all. Just a nice carry system. I will say this. This is, I think, sort of the first run of semi-production knives using this manufacturing process by Jesse, I think. And, well, you guys you've seen some of my Bark River knives after sharpening. This High Falls is as shipped, okay? So this has got the factory edge. Not bad. It's a little catchy in spots, but you know what? It'll cut Natchez Shooter Supply catalog paper. It wants to. But you know, it's sort of nicely thin behind the edge. And then here's the Town Creek Bowie after sharpening. Yeah. A2, by the way, if I didn't mention it before. Just super easy steel to sharpen. Takes a fantastic edge. And guys, for those of you who are familiar with Jesse's work, he works in a lot of plain carbon steels. He is a blacksmith. He forges his own blades, both in carbon tool steel and Damascus. So this sort of more volume production in convex ground A2 is a new thing for him, and it kind of just lets him focus on design. And he's focused very well. Both of these knives just super comfortable. Look at that grip for a Skinner. That knife just fell into my hand that way. I mean, just so natural, effortless in hand, in every grip. Very cool. It's good to see a student of Bill Moran kind of using the whole Bill Moran playbook. These knives I know are in stock, guys, at KnivesShipFree. You know, they're not $50 knives. You guys kind of know where they're going to be priced, just by what they're made of and how they're made. So, and well worth it. So if you're looking for a little change of pace from, you know, your garden variety Bark River with Bob Loveless handle and blade shape, if you're looking for something that's just a little off that beaten path, but still with proven, tried and true manufacturing process and quality, check out Uncle Jesse's Knives. Jesse Hemphill, the Town Creek Bowie, the High Falls Trailing Point Skinner. Both superb examples. Kind of old school, aren't they? That's all for this one, my friends. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember, the word is sharp.